There are a few challenges I face as a YouTuber. First of all, primarily, I'm an artist, a self-employed artist. Secondly, I'm a hobbyist and I love making terrain. But I've got to face some real hard facts that does have its challenges. And so I need to address them. And one of the first things that I'm going to say is that this probably is one of the greatest secrets to success. With a few caveats. Let's do this. So this 3 meter long table is pretty much all of the dungeon specific terrain I have built since the channel began. It includes my Dungeon of the Dead 3 build, it includes my city block build, and it also includes the 3x3 tiles that we all end up making at some point. And I need to deal with it. So the solution is to basically tear it all apart, bring down the walls, literally. What I'm after here is just the base floor pieces. The walls I have another plan for, you'll see that on another day. However, what I am going to say is this video is not about how to make a dungeon tile. There are a bajillion videos out there going all the way back to Jeremy's original idea. And it's been reformatted in so many different ways that you'll be able to find the one that you want. But what this video is actually going to be about is my needs and the reasons why I'm making the tiles this way. I did magnetize the tiles, mostly. And it was just an absolute frustration. So I actually ended up deciding to make a base plate for a slot and peg system, which you will see the end result of that later in the video. But I'm just laying in that that base plate now, and here you can see it. You can see the construction of it, made from card, and all of the tiles were stuck to this. So it's a 4x4 tile. Why a 4x4 tile? Well, all of the city blocks and other builds that I've done work on a 20x20 or a 10x10 kind of footprint. And 3x3 just doesn't fit that. I'm always going to have gaps. Whereas a 4x4 does fit a 20x20. So the other consideration I have for my tiles is that I cannot really abide the perfect grid on a tile. If you've ever walked around ancient castles, you will see that the floors are not laid like perfect modern day slabs. Those flagstones were cut to all different sorts of size and shapes. And so that's why I'm just hacking up pieces of flooring here and just making them fit the space I've got. All I want to end up with is a 4x4. Now, if we want to use tactical grid, we know that a 4x4 is technically a 20x20 foot area. And we can visually understand what 5 feet or 10 feet or 15 feet might be within that space. And so I really don't think we need the perfect grid. And I really feel it breaks the visual aesthetic for me. So I am completely ditching the perfect grid in favour of a broken, randomised texture of flagstones across my tiles. My next big consideration is a fairly impactful one, and that is colour. All of my dungeon tiles, my city blocks, my ruined city have been painted with a very dark blue sort of tone, which at the time I really quite liked. But in gameplay, what I've realised is a little too dark, and it always looks a bit grim and somber. Now, I quite like grim and somber, but I want to be able to see what's happening on the gaming area. So I decided that I would paint these tiles with a much lighter area, more sort of fun colour palette. So the tiles, once they were all finished, were lightly sprayed with just a white over the original blue, and then I'm painting these sort of toned down oranges, pinks, sandy colours, but I'm also going to apply this to a lot of the other terrain that I have made to just make it a little lighter. Now, obviously, I haven't gone crazy. I'm not going to leave it completely garish. So I'm going to give it the classic oil wash. This is just a dirty down, browns, umbers, that kind of thing. Just a very quick wash over that. Leave it to dry, and then into some highlighting. And for that, I just dumped a load of white into the sort of yellowy, sandy colours that I'd made, and gave it a really good, heavy dry brushing across the tiles to give a nice, light, sort of sandy colour. So this brings me to my next big challenge, and that is storage space. One of the reasons the channel has had little activity on it of late is because I have run out of space, or I've run out of effective storage, and that's something I need to deal with really now at this point. And so there you have it. My dungeon tiles are complete. My city blocks, this is one of the smaller ones, but they are complete. My storage area is starting to get some kind of sense of control. I discovered this modular shelving or storage system through doing my Comic-Cons, trading at the Comic-Cons. I have to say, it's one of the most versatile systems. It's very adaptable. It comes as a series of flat pack panels like this, with a number of universal connectors that connect in all sorts of ways and directions. So you can very quickly make up whatever sort of box shelving system that you want. I highly recommend it. They are sold as modular shoe storage boxes. You can get it on Amazon or eBay. I got a 16 cube box for about 30 quid. Very versatile, as you can see. But just with my dungeon tiles, my city blocks, and my ruined city pieces, stairways, towers, pillars, etc., I can build practically any dungeon I want to, and it's taking up far less space. In fact, I'm so impressed with the versatility of the 4-inch tile now that I'm thinking of switching most of my terrain to a system like this. I've been heavily inspired of late by RP Archive and his modular systems, and I think I'm going to go a similar route for most of my terrain. So there we are. That's it. I hope you enjoyed this episode. There are some changes coming to the channel that you will see over the next couple of weeks, some fairly big changes to make it more manageable from a time point of view, from an editing point of view, yeah, we'll see where it goes. I'm really glad to be back, guys. Thanks for sticking with me. Of course, thank you to all of my patrons. Don't forget as well that you can now become a channel member and get very similar benefits to the patron if you're not if you don't want to move over platforms to there, and all that really helps me to fund what I'm trying to achieve now on my meager artist's income. Anyway, thanks guys. I will see you very soon. Take good care of yourselves. Bye for now.